The 5-star wire-bound notebook, the perfect canvas for my creative endeavors.
Yeah, the 5-star wire-bound notebook, the perfect canvas for my paper airplanes.
Yeah, okay. Well, this is ACO Brand's 600,000 square foot facility in Alexandria, Pennsylvania. And this is VP of Marketing, Kelly Whittlefield. She's here to tell us of the high-minded academic uses one might find for a 5-star notebook.
You know, paper airplanes for sure, spit wads, and even, hand-lettered band flyers.
Sure. Or, for a discourse on the deconstruction of the feminist ideal in a postmodernist reality.
Lots of doodles, all kinds of doodles.
Well, people have been doodling on notebooks like these since 1867.
Notebooks started in the marketplace as a replacement for slates, for tablets that students used in the classroom.
The 5-star notebook itself has been around for 30 years and doesn't look like it's going anywhere anytime soon.
Annually, we make over 36 million of the 5-star notebooks here domestically in the U.S. That's a lot of notebooks. It's a lot of paper.
25,000 rolls of paper, in fact. The rolls weigh 1 ton apiece and arrive on these trucks.
That's right. The notebooks get made on one enormous machine. It's called the Belomatic 3549. It is so imposing that it's supervised by 2 people.
These 2 people, Bob and Zane.
Now, we're not sure which one is the boss, but I guess that will depend on who we chat to first.
In which case, meet Zane, the boss.
Yeah, I'm Bob's boss.
Zane's responsible for loading the paper rolls into the machine using these hydraulic arms.
Each roll is spliced to the one before it using sticky back plastic to make one continuous sheet of paper moving through the machine.
Well, let's ask Zane how fast he can do it.
I don't know, maybe 2.5 minutes? Maybe.
2.5 minutes?
I'm thinking.
Okay, go!
Oh.
Awesome! The paper travels through a series of rollers at a speed of 150 meters per minute.
First up, these rubber rollers, which ink the paper with red and blue lines for writing.
And Bob looks after this part of the machine.
We do about 60 books a minute. How many lines a minute, I don't know.
Right, Bob, of course, the guy who's not the boss.
Read between the lines.
Okay, well, once Bob's lines have been added, the paper moves through these pizza cutters.
Which perforate the paper so that it can be easily torn out. In case you wanted to make like a paper airplane.
Then the paper moves through a rotary blade, which cuts it into strips. Each strip is 4 notebooks wide and is guillotined to separate out the individual books. Holes are punched, which will eventually accommodate the wire coil.
But first, the covers. They're cut to size separately by a machine which makes this deeply satisfying noise. And again. Time for one more?
And we're done with covers. The back and front covers are hole punched and added to the books. Then it's time for the coil, which is made from nylon-coated tin wire.
Okay, so the nylon-coated thin wire, what you can't believe is before it's coiled, it's over 6 feet long.
Bob thinks it's pretty special, too.
Put the lid on it. And that book, it keeps it snagged on your shirt or your sweater.
The completed notebooks are stacked, stacked again, paraded under a flag of the USA, and head for the packaging department.
But not before passing by Bonnie. And what's your job, Bonnie?
I'm the boss of this section.
Yeah, you and everyone else, apparently. And how many notebooks are we making here?
We make around 70 to 72,000 a day in this section.
The notebook stacks are pushed into packing cartons.
Which are sealed bottom and top. Then headed to palletization to be wrapped, stored, and sent to students across the country.
High school students going to go between usually 8 to 10 over the course of the year. There are a few that will use less.
Us!
And then there'll be some students that will use more.
Not us.
But 8 to 10 is the average.
That's a lot of paper airplanes.
Tell you who loved making paper airplanes? Mark Twain. And he wrote the best fan mail to the company in 1884.
So Mark Twain, he writes, "Dear sirs, your pockets are an unspeakable convenience. They make authorship a pastime."
Yep, these notebooks are helping authors in homes across the world. So before you send that text, stop, think? Wouldn't a handwritten note be so much more personal?
Yeah, and you could even send it on the back of a paper airplane.
Yeah, you had to ruin it, didn't you?